Hey, what's going on, guys? Colin here with Red Beans and Dice, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing of Orbital Velocity. So first off, I want to give a huge shout out to Pratap Ramamurthy. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, I apologize for that. I'm from Kansas, so I'm about as white as it gets, but he actually reached out to me on Board Game Geek and sent me over a copy of this to do an unboxing and a review and or playthrough. So here we're just going to be doing the unboxing for it, and we're going to check out what's inside. It is a game where you are set in the 1950s, and you are a rocket scientist, I believe. I'm not sure about that 100%, but you are essentially trying to get these rockets on a board that resembles a Monopoly board, kind of, and just push the rockets through and eventually get them into certain spots where you can gain a satellite. And if you get more satellites than your opponent, you are going to win the game. So Orbital Velocity is 10 or higher for age, 30 minutes, and then also this kind of got me a little bit. It's either a 2 or a 4-player game. There's no 3 players to it, but I'm just going to crack it open, let you see what's inside, and once again, thank you so much for the copy of Orbital Velocity. It seems like a really great game for possibly people that really aren't into board games that much, like to get in somebody that's new into the board game world, or it's I like to call them kind of coffee book or a coffee table board games where it can fit on the coffee table. It seems really compact and small, and also I really like it's kind of simple, but I really like the box art also. It goes pretty well with my with my space mat here. So let's check out what's inside. Okay, we got the player board. Yep. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this is maybe about 18 inches by 18 inches, maybe 2 feet by 2 feet. Not 100% sure on the dimensions, but this would absolutely fit on almost any coffee table that is out there. A little bit of wear and tear here in the middle, but that's not a big deal. I'll put that over to the side for now. I may bust that out and show you a little more. I watched a couple of videos on how it's played. It seems really easy and simple. There's a card counting aspect to it because there's only a set amount of cards in the actual board game. So there is that. And there's just going to be 2 different colors for the satellites. The rockets are actually controlled by anybody. Whoever's turn it is, they'll be able to either move them forward or backwards depending on the cards that they got. So I'm sure we'll get into those cards here in a little bit. Okay, rule book looks good. Okay. Nice, nice. Okay, set that over there. And then over here, oh, that's nice. They gave you a little, it's like Magic the Gathering, a little deck here. And then these are just going to be cards with, oh, okay. I didn't know they actually gave you a reference for this, but that's cool. These are just the amount of types of cards in the game, so 1s, 2s, 3s in terms of progressing your rocket along the board. And then this is probably where the card counting aspect goes into play, but put that right over there. And let's see here. Okay, yeah, these are going to be the backs, and so the white cards are, the evens, and then the black cards are going to be the odds. So looking at your opponent's cards, you can tell which are going to be odds and evens, so you can kind of get I'm sure there might be a strategy aspect of that. But let's flip them over and take a little bit more of an in-depth look at it. And yep, good card feel, good card smell, yada yada. Awesome, yeah, looking good. So you'll just play these cards as you move along to progress the rockets. These, I believe, are the cards that will decelerate the rockets, so you can actually move it back. So you actually want to land exactly on a spot. So if you overshoot that spot, then you actually take a penalty to your card count, and then nobody gets that rocket onto the satellite. It just goes out as a miss. So there is that. Pretty cool looking cards. And then over here we have some of the components, or actually these are bigger than I thought. Nice. Okay, so as you can see in here, you have little holders that you'll put on the location that you're going to be going to. There's going to be different orbits that you're going to go to. There's 5 of them. And then, so for the first orbit, you're actually just going to put one rocket. For the second one, you're going to have two, so you can move whichever rocket you want. You got to get them out of the start to begin with, I believe, at first. You can't just move one as long as another one is on the go spot, if we're speaking Monopoly here. But let me bust out that board, like I said, and give you another little example of it. Okay, so a little bit of a glare there. I apologize for that. So here's going to be the launch site. You'll be putting your rockets here, and then here you have your orbits. You'll put your satellite, your little holder thing. I can't remember if they said you put it here or here, but maybe you put it here just to indicate where you need to go. That makes more sense. So you'll be launching your rockets from here and moving it around, very reminiscent to Monopoly. You'll have your cards here, your discard pile, and if you go over and shoot over, then you actually take a penalty and lose a card, so you'll only be able to draw 4, I believe, or have 4 total. You start with 5 and always, I think, should have 5. And then there's going to be different orbits that you're going to be shooting out to. And then say there's a tie. So say red gets these 2, blue gets those 2. Whoever will get the, whoever, say that nobody gets this one, because you can essentially overshoot or just mess things up that you don't get the last one. Whoever got the most recent orbit will win the game. So if these 2 were red and these 2 were blue, blue would win the game, even though it's a tie, because it has the most, the furthest orbit. So that is how that works in the sense of the game. And then as you do further out orbits, you're going to actually put 2 rockets on for the second, 3, 4, and 5, I believe. So you're going to have to move them all out, and then if there's ever 2 or 3 rockets on here and you play a 5, if there's 2 rockets, you're going to move it 10. If there's 3, you're going to move it 15, essentially doubling or tripling depending on the amount of rockets on said space. So once again, like I said, this looks really good for a coffee table, like I call it a Christmas time game, where you know you got the family around, everyone's sitting around the TV. You can get them to play a game like this. So let me see if there's anything else in the old box there. And I think that is, yep, that is it. So that's going to be Orbital Velocity. Once again, thank you so much, Pratap Ramamurthy, for sending me the copy. I will get a couple playthroughs with some friends, and then depending on how I feel about it, I will give either a review or a playthrough on it. So there is that, and thank you so much for watching my video, guys. If you have any questions about the game or anything like that, or about the channel, just hit me up down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys, so have a good one.